Good afternoon, Cats fans. Not many of you out here still at Kroger Field, but I'm here, Drew Franklin with Nick Roush, Adam Luckett. It's been a while since we've done the rapid reaction thing, but it's good to be out here for a new season. Week 1 just ended right behind us. It wasn't the prettiest, but a win's the win. Cats beat Toledo 24-16. We're going to share a little takeaways here. You know the deal. You're watching on YouTube. We'll go about 10 minutes, and this edition is sponsored by our friends at Friends of Cole. Friends at Friends of Cole. All kinds of friends involved. Friendliest. We got Cole everywhere. We got friends everywhere, and they sponsored this video. Check them out. friendsofcoleky.org. They keep the lights on. They keep the rapid reaction on.
They fire up the Cole whistle.
Toot toot.
I'm pretty sure they're the ones who operate it. Shout out Friends of Cole.
I don't think we win without the Cole whistle today in that defense. No. And actually, Nick Roush, why don't we just start there? How about that defense?
How about it?
Kind of put the team on their back today. Offense, a little stagnant, especially early on, but all day long until the very end, there's a little bit of breaking. But for the most part, the defense was a big bright spot today.
We talked about going into this. Luckett was hammering it home. He got out his pickaxe in the coal mines. He was hammering away at the point that the strength of the defense is the secondary, but when you got a nice pass rush, it creates a great combination. What happens? Second play of the game, Sam Green just bull rushes the offensive tackle into the quarterback. It leads to an interception by J.Q. Hardaway. Steven Sackham Souls, he looked like Mr. Sackham. He had 2 strip sacks. I think what I like most like it is that it came in a variety of ways.
A little bit of everybody.
It wasn't just one guy, right? Like you had Cam Olds getting in the action too. Khalil Saunders was back there putting some pressure on the quarterback. So I really liked that the pass rush feels like one that's going to be a force to be reckoned with throughout SEC.
Before you hit that pass rush, how close was that bust to just hitting Steven behind the video? You good, Steven? You need to come this way a little bit? You all right? You all right?
Yeah, I thought it was a good thing to see just, strength of the team is the team. And we saw the strength in numbers philosophy. Cam Bowles, Sam Green, I think you saw David Gusta in there. Gadsden made a tackle for loss. I just think Alex Safari kind of wreaking havoc. He looked like the best player on the field. I think you just saw that they have a lot of answers there, and that you can foresee that now we need to see against better competition, but it was a matchup they should dominate against that Toledo offensive line, and that's exactly what happened, I thought. And overall, if you could just throw out that last possession, just throw it out, that seven plays, 95-yard touchdown drive, if you could just throw it out, it was an awesome game, I think.
Will you ask my bookie if he can throw out
Seriously,
that possession?
I would have loved.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that love to throw it.
That was tough. And the other part of it too is it wasn't just that they got after on third down. It's that fourth down situations. Kentucky got 3 fourth down stops in plus territory. One at the 3-yard line where they stuffed them. Toledo has a chance to tie or take the lead right there. But the real issue was, Drew, is that every time you thought Kentucky was building momentum, they were getting into this rhythm, they were going to get them over the top. Fourth down stop. Next play, safety. Fourth down stop. 2 plays later. Willie Rodriguez, he's running down the field. 30 yards, they're going to the red zone. Fumble. Like that was really, it was the once again 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Did we pick the loudest place in the entire stadium?
What a great start for
Look, pan all the way around, Steven. There is nobody here except yeah, there's some people hanging around, but we were just picked where all of the loudness is, and that's what you can expect from rapid reactions.
Also, when I left the house at 7 a.m., it was cold. Now that I'm out here at whatever time it is, hoodie a little bit too much today.
Yeah, you got some Matt Jones vibes going with the hoodie right now. It's 80 degrees outside.
It was about 50 when I left my house. Here, let's just pull off.
There we go. I was really hoping.
I'm just actually hot.
I was really.
Throwback gear.
I was really hoping he was going to have tarps off and just go straight up like Bert Kreischer, show off the chest hair.
Speaking of sweating, the first 3 quarters of the game, not the most fun of all time. The first half especially, we all came in here thinking offensive line year, running year, run the damn ball. We're just going to maul over this Toledo. They're smaller. Run, get downhill. At halftime, 20 rushes, 60 yards, 3 yards a carry. Got a little better in the second half, helped with the big breakaway with Dowdell. But you guys, at what point, we're not going to make a big, opinion about one game, but we did think we'd have a little bit going a little earlier against Toledo, right? Do we worry about this offensive line at all?
Efficiency, you saw them stay ahead of the chains when they stuck to the running back run game, but no explosives to really speak of outside of that Dowdell 79-yard sprint. So that is concerning. It makes it even more concerning when you see it that passing game, right? I think the receivers had 2 catches.
It was a tight end day. That's a plus.
The tight ends had 5 receptions for 74 yards.
3 catches from the receivers, 8 completions on the day for Calzada.
Yeah, and then only 11 more yards from the rest of the group. Like, it was just the receivers didn't give you much. Now, the J.J. Hester, I think we all thought that was a catch, right? And
Come on.
One was close, draws a PI, sets up a touchdown. So, I mean, your 2 positive might be incompletions, right? It was Hester's, first drive. And then before that, I thought Calzada made one of his better throws when he kind of layered that ball into Jamori Macklin for a first down. And then Law draws a PI. But to me, Nick, like, what is kind of the plan here? Like, we heard Kendrick Law, like, the pass game was going to run through him potentially.
Yeah.
And that didn't really happen today. So it just... it was a lot of Harley Gilmore on deep post, it felt like, and they couldn't connect, and it was a lot of Calzada airmailed a few of the deep shots. So you saw some they were close on, and you saw some they weren't even close on. So it almost seemed like the passing game was, let's just rip it deep a lot of the time. It wasn't anything really underneath or short. It was a lot of deep shots that they came up, swinging on. It was one of those big strikeout games.
And you mentioned that they were maybe getting 5 yards on first down. They're running. There was one drive in particular in the third quarter, 5-yard run, 6-yard run. Incomplete pass, incomplete pass, incomplete pass. It's like, well, you could just keep doing the 5-yard run, 6-yard run thing, right? I think Bush Hamden, Drew, is still trying to get a rhythm, when you get the blues. He was trying to get a little rhythm. He couldn't get into a rhythm at all, and he kept wanting to let Calzada sort of open it up once they got in those 2nd and 5s, because 2nd and 5, that's asking for the deep shot, right? And they kept taking it, and none of them landed. And then you get in 3rd and 5, and you put your offense in a tough situation. So I thought it was interesting after the game that we asked if Bush, do you think Calzada looked comfortable out there? No, he didn't look comfortable. I didn't look comfortable. Certainly none of us ever really looked comfortable. We couldn't get in a rhythm. We asked Calzada. Oh, I felt comfortable out there. I felt real comfortable out there. But, it was hard to kind of get in a rhythm. But he's got to go watch the film. They've all got to go back and watch the film, Drew, to assess it.
I tell you what I will not be doing, watching this film.
Oh, no.
This was never going to be a game where Kentucky was going to come out with some high-octane offense and run Toledo out of the stadium, and we're going to think we just got this Bush Hamden, Calzada, that this rebuild's perfect. We were never going to learn a whole lot about this team, but I do think we are leaving with few more questions than we wanted coming into this. I think Calzada didn't answer a whole lot today. The line did not answer a whole lot today. We weren't going to see this game and go and think we're going to beat Ole Miss, but I do think there's some fans that maybe had a chance to win them over a little bit, and you left them right where they were. There's still a lot of pessimism around, I'm afraid.
Yeah, one of my bigger concerns, really, Nick, going into the year was, do they have too many pieces? Do they have the go-to guys? Right? I think we know, it's McGowan and Dowdell show, right? And what's going on with Jamari and Wilcox, no one knows. I guess we'll find out later.
Violation of team rules.
But they're going to get a lot of the workload. But it's the passing game, just how do you create it? And what he said, the oars, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It turns out, where is it going from? I think J.J. Hester led him in targets today. I didn't have that on my bingo card coming into today. Macklin and Law having, I think, it was either 2 or 3 combined targets. Did not have that on my bingo card today. So I think they've got to sit down and kind of figure out who they want to be, and they need to get there pretty quick from a passing game, because today it just feels herky-jerky sometimes, right? It's you don't know really what they're doing or what they're going to, and you're going to have to figure that out. For Kentucky, I worry if no playmakers do emerge, then you're just having to do a thing where you're trying to press the right buttons all the time, and then I think you can get in situations today when you're not getting any explosives at all in the run game. I think there was a little bit of panic that set in, because it's we can't just keep running 4 or 5. We got to hit on we got to hit on one of these big plays, or we're not going to score. And I think some of that showed up today.
I think you could get more explosives if you can get McGowan to stay on his feet. How many times did he slip and fall, Drew? I'm going to have to call an attorney for all those slip and falls.
It's slipping, but he also just kind of flails around. It is just a lot of movement.
And he's another one in the pass game. He was a real threat at Oklahoma in the pass game. He was somebody we thought we would see some in the pass game. Is that something maybe they're saving for a little bit later? So that's another thing I think to keep an eye on with this throw game.
The one throwing game, not favorite call of the day, it was the 3rd and 7. They went 5 wide, and they ran a screen. Love that play call, Drew.
It's a good one. Gets the people going.
It's every Kentucky fan's favorite play call. We've seen it time and time again.
And you know how many
coaches. You know how many times it's worked too.
I think since I've been going to games with my grandfather as a kid,
we're still waiting to see it.
Well, next week though, Ole Miss, we got a point spread. Very rarely on the rapid reaction do we already have a point spread. 9.5. Ole Miss coming to this building right here.
It's the inverse of last year.
Where
South Carolina came in here as a 9.5-point dog.
God,
Now Kentucky's 9.5-point dog.
we're gonna have SEC Nation like that game too.
I picked Kentucky to beat Ole Miss in the preseason. And Drew, we're not supposed to have really hot takes, but we're gonna have some rapid takes.
We're gonna have all the hot takes.
I was disappointed that the run game wasn't as consistent and steady as I thought, and I'm not feeling very good about that Ole Miss game. Not really at all. So I even though I told myself that it was going to be clunky to start, it was going to take a while, I feel like they never really worked their way out of it. You got a nice long run out of Dante Dowdell that like kind of solves all wounds, but it really doesn't. So like it's
The drive before that, before the Dowdell touchdown, the touchdown drive was nice. The one that I think was really frustrating was defense gets a stop. You're up 24-9, like 5-ish minutes left.
run the damn ball, get out of there with a win.
They
Salt the clock.
no gain, 1 yard.
LSD.
Calzada misses on a throw to
Long
Hester.
sustained drives. Like
Those are types of situations though where this team has to be good at.
yeah.
Those exact situations, right? That's what they're kind of built to be good at, and that was maybe the most frustrating offensive drive of the game. I think you could argue was that because that team cannot have that. They've got to play complementary football, and that's not complementary football.
And especially, Drew, I get Mark Stoops wants to say Toledo's a good team. They're getting votes in the AP. They're picked to win the MAC. I get all this. I don't care. The SEC, all those teams are going to be better. All of them. You got to exert your will, drive them off the line, and run the damn ball down their throat.
Nick, at the start of the fourth quarter, it was 10-2, and Kentucky needed an interception at the 29-yard line to even have a touchdown through 3 quarters. That's what's weighing on me. Now, Toledo having 2, that's a defensive shutout through 3 quarters. That's good to hang your hat on.
Until their 11th possession.
But
Kentucky went 10 possessions defensively without allowing a score.
I genuinely thought that by the time the fourth quarter would run around, Toledo would be gassed. This new big blue wall we're promised will have already mauled them over, and McGowan and Dowdell would have had 100 yards each. Now they got it going a little later in the fourth. But, I mean, we're sitting there. They put a little bit of lipstick on this game, getting both teams that they're at the end. But it was 10-2 through 3 quarters,
Yeah,
and neither
not great.
side offensively had done much of anything.
Could have used those extra 2 points, Drew.
Couldn't we have all? The old bad beat. If only we could have that the philosophy Luckett says. Throw out that last defensive touchdown, and the last touchdown they gave up. Unfortunately, we can't. But we're going to take the win. 1-0, guys. 1-0.
Win. You're 1-0. Kentucky is undefeated. The sun is shining. It's beautiful outside, Mr. Luckett.
I just want to leave the rap reaction with this.
Okay.
They say the most improvement a football team makes is from week 1 to week 2. We'll see y'all next week.